welcome to Bookmas Day 8. Today we're going to be talking about my least favorites of 2019 again. So I did have this already recorded, you know, it should have been up already. But of course, when I went to film it, I did not turn my camera, or I did not turn my microphone on. And yeah, so you didn't hear anything I said, so now here we are again. The first book we're going to be talking about is Wilder Girls by Rory Power. This is a interesting book, to say the least. So we have this group of girls and they live in this kind of like a private school kind of thing, and the world gets infected by the tox, and they're not sure what the tox does. It does differently for boys and girls. Boys like go insane, like what they become is interesting, and then the girls happen differently, and it's the descriptions that she does in this is very good. Like, this book is good until you get to the end. So that's the only reason why this is my least favorite for the year. And even when we did book club, because this was for the Barnes & Noble's book club, when we went there, we're all just like, okay, cool, but what was that ending? Like, what just happened? Because we were doing so strong, you know, we were having this cute love relationship, and we were having a good friendship, and you know, trying to be there for each other even though the world is going crazy and you're going crazy. And then stuff just starts to go down, and it just got worse. And I feel like this would be a great ending if it was a series. This is, I believe, is a standalone, and you can't end standalones on the way that this book does. And if you have read it, let me know so we can talk on like Instagram or something, because I know I just have so many feelings about this, and I've already hashed them out at book club, but I feel like I need some like new eyes. If you have like this, if you did like this book and you did like the ending, let me know and let me know why. Okay. So the next book we're going to be talking about, I kind of touched up on my 2020 releases video, and that is The Beholder by Anna Bright. I meant to hold up this book in that video when I was talking about it, but I totally forgot I even had it. And we got this in Owl Crate, I believe, and I really love it because it's really pink. And posting books like this, like on your bookshelf, is weird, but if they have colors, I have them all over there, and I have like just the colors showing because it's like pretty. The Beholder is about a girl named Sela, and she is destined to be married, but things don't go the way they're supposed to. So her stepmom sends her on this ship and sends her away for a year. She's mad. She doesn't want to do this. She doesn't want to be on this boat with these sailors, and she goes through a lot. Like, she sees things and hears things she's not supposed to. And all she wants to do is go home and just, you know, get through this year, go home, and everything will be fine. But of course, not everything is going to be fine. I read this with my friend, and we took longer to read this because we're like, this book is so slow. Like, good middle, good ending, but just, I hate when books in the middle just drag on. Like, I get it, you need to have backstories and you need to tell certain things, but like, come on. Pick up the pace a little. Like, we don't need a whole chapter on this one thing that could have been told in 3 pages. But also said, I'm not a writer. Well, I kind of write, but I'm like, I don't ever like have a desire to write books. I only want to read them. But as a reader, you know, if we're not sucked in and you can't keep us interested, then we're gonna put the book down. And I don't DNF things. Like, you just watched my books I want to finish for 2020, and you know how much you saw how much I feel about you. And I mean, it's still a good book, but like I said, it's not my favorite. That's why it's in this video. The next two that I'm really going to touch up on, because I have said it so many times and I just have to reiterate it again, is A Curse So Dark and Lonely and Six of Crows. And getting through these books was hard because one I read for a readathon, and one, Curse So Dark and Lonely, I read in a readathon because that was the group book, and then I read Six of Crows with a book club thing, and I could not get into the hype. And it really does help to know that I am not the only one on both of these books, because when I first read them, I thought I was just like the only one, and I just did not like it. And then people started coming out, and then Chandler's, I believe, didn't like A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I'm like, okay, thank God, because I couldn't do it. I still want to read Crooked Kingdom because I have now read the Shadow and Bone series, and my friend wants to go into King of Scars, which I'm totally okay with that because I love Nikolai. And so I really want to get into that. I really do want to get into A Heart So Fierce and Broken when that comes out. So Beauty and the Beast retellings aren't my favorite unless it was Court of Thorn and Roses. I loved that book. And then Six of Crows, it's just, I don't know, I was just reading it. I'm just like, Leigh Bardugo is just like one of those authors that like aren't my favorite. Like with like Victoria Aveyard is my favorite, and then my friend that's like she likes it, but like she's not as into it like I am, and I'm not that with Leigh Bardugo. I mean, I don't have anything against her. It's just that one book, just like, no, it's not my favorite. And the last book is The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek. I think I talked about this in my November wrap up, I believe, and it was still a good book. I love Rhett and Link, but again, it was one of those books where it was real slow for most of the time, and then the ending got good. That's how I felt like with Pet Sematary. I love that book, and no, the remake was way better than the original, in my opinion. And it just drug on in the beginning, and then when stuff finally started happening, I'm like, yes, please give me more of this, but please, why didn't you give me to this sooner? So that's really just it. I just wanted to come on here and talk about those just a little bit. I didn't talk in much in too detail because I have talked about these books before, but you know, we're wrapping up the year, so we're just gonna talk about it one more time. So I hope you liked this video. Like, subscribe, let me know what your least favorites were this year, if you like the books on my list, and if you also didn't like the books on my list. So like, subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow.